when you're getting ready to build a LinkedIn profile, first thing you want to do is upload your resume. It's a lot of cutting and pasting of all your previous experience. You want to make sure all those keywords get in there. The main thing that you want is your contact information. You want an email address right where your title goes underneath of your name. The email address is the most important, so you put it in a couple places. You want that in your summary. In your summary, you also want everything that you can contribute to a company, all of your main factors, the things that you have done, anything that you've done that has been over the top, okay, needs to be in that summary. Have your email address in there and the words invitations welcomed. That lets other people know that they can invite you without being penalized, okay? You have your previous work experience going down, all of that in there, the dates, everything that you have, and you go down to skills and endorsements. Now, adding these in, people have mixed emotions about. Some people feel like you shouldn't be endorsed if they don't know you. The point is that other people are making contact with you. Other people are socializing with you. Other people talk to you to know that you know what you're talking about these key things. Also, the skills and endorsements are keywords that will be picked up by jobs. LinkedIn is excellent for job hunting. You want to make sure that all the skills and endorsements, all of these words are in there. If you have a doubt about what all you know how to do, or if you forget all of the little tidbits, research some other people who do what you do and see what they have listed up there. 10 to 1 odds that you're going to find something that you don't have on your page that you can add to your page. And if you're researching other people in your area, it's likely that they will have worked at places where you may consider working, or they may be talking about in a group, or they may be in a group talking about something, a position open at their company, or where they know that there's an opening. Because when you do a certain type of work, other people will ask you, hey, do you know somebody else who's interested in doing that type of work? Because we have an opening at our company too. And people don't mind sharing. So that's a definite way to find some jobs. Make sure you got your keywords in there, the skills and endorsements. Make sure that you're endorsing other people. Make sure you're constantly updating your resume and your LinkedIn page. Even if you have a job, you want to constantly be updating. You never know when your boss is going to be out in Vegas gambling away the company, so you want to make sure that you have all of this stuff on constant update, okay? Education. Education is an excellent thing to have in here, but do remember to remove the dates. Take away all of the dates. Dates are a bad thing because it's illegal for them to use it against you, but people will use those dates to consider your age, okay? When you have your interests in there, that's a good thing. Sometimes people do make connections about interests. Different recruiters will tell you do add or don't add. I think the interest on here is a good thing. When you got your personal details up here, do add your month and day, but forget about adding your year. That also is going to give away your age. Everybody wants a birthday present, so you can leave your month and day up there. That's fine. You can leave your marital status, and then underneath of it, there's also a place for advice for contacting this person. If you have a phone number that you can put there that is, you know, some kind of outside extension that's not a personal line, you can add it there while you're working. You want your work phone number there. And if you have to make up an email address, do something, you know, Yahoo, Gmail, whatever, and make it first dot last name, as simple as you can and easy to remember. No Hoochie Mama 229, you know, that's not going to work for an email address. So make sure you have something good up there where people can get a hold of you. All right. Now, the next spot is recommendations. Recommendations are fantastic to give out if you know the person and you've got something interesting to say about them. Now, when you're giving a recommendation, you want to remember a few things. Spelling, grammar. All this is very important because you're giving a recommendation to somebody else, and this is something they may be using to give to other people, and this is going to say something about you as well. All right? For every 10 recommendations you give out, you will probably receive 2 back. It's like when you're inviting people to one of those Pampered Chef home interior Tupperware party type things. For every 10 invitations you send out, you will get 2 back, or you will get 2 people to show up. So you want to make sure that you're endorsing people that you believe in and giving good recommendations for people who have done good work for you. Okay? If you give out too many recommendations, that could also be a bad thing because people won't trust what you say. If you're recommending everybody, then you just think that everybody's great, and then that you become unbelievable at that point. Connections. Make connections with people who do what you do, people who are in the business that you're in. If you're in the business of accounting, you may say, well, I'm only going to make connections with accountants. Well, you also want to make connections with human resources managers and business managers and owners of companies, because those are going to be good connections, because owners of companies they all need accountants. There's some professions that are excellent that can be spread far and wide: human resources, accounting, administrative assistants. These things pretty much everybody needs, so you can make connections with just about anybody and get some good feedback, some good networking going on there. Going on down, groups. You want to join groups. While you're looking for a job, there's a lot of groups that have to do with job hunting. So you can go through and look for job hunting groups, employment commissions, staffing agencies, that type of thing. But you also want to join groups that have to do with your profession, because they're going to be telling you about openings within companies. Try to join groups that are in your local area. If you don't mind moving away, then definitely join groups that go as far as wherever you want to go. But the groups are very important. You also want to be making comments in these groups, or maybe commenting on what they've already blogged about in these groups. I wouldn't say comment on everything, but a little bit here and there wouldn't hurt. Somebody might think that what you have to say is very interesting, and it might pique their interest enough to get you a job. So you move on down a little bit, and you'll find companies. Now, when you're looking for a job, you want to look at companies. And I usually tell people, look around in your area, 5 to 10 mile radius of your house, all the big buildings of the area, and follow those companies. Every company that you see that you might be interested, go home and start following those companies, because they're going to be talking about things that are happening within their company and openings that are be coming up at their company. And you can also, when you go into each company, you can look and see who their human resources manager is. When you go in to follow a company, you'll see a follow button. And when you look down from that follow button, it'll say, there'll be a number, and it'll say employees on LinkedIn. If you click into the number right beside that, it's going to show you a list of employees at that company. Now, one of the good things that you can do is look through those employees and find out who human resources is. When you click into a person and look at a person, they're going to know you're looking at them. That's one of the good things about LinkedIn. You can see who's looking at you, well, unless they're hidden. But most of the time you can see who's looking at you. And when you're looking for a job, you definitely do not want to hide yourself. You want to make yourself visible to everyone, okay? So you click in and you find out who human resources is. You click into that person and you see what they're about. They will see that you're looking at them. 10 to 1 odds, they're going to look back at you and go look and see what you have. If they have an opening at the company that you fit, they will try to make contact with you. And if you did everything else I told you and your email address is at the top, they will be able to contact you and talk to you about the open position. Good news, right? Okay. So when you're in your profile and you've gone down and you've filled out all of these things, you've joined groups, you've followed companies, and you've done all of the extra stuff, then you click up to the home page, and you go to your home page and check it out. All right? Now, when you get to your home page, you're going to notice there's an empty box up at the top that says Share and Update, and there's a little paperclip in there. Well, that's where you can do little blogs of your own. You're not going to blog about what you did last weekend or how cute your kids are. You want to blog about current issues that have to do with the industry you're in. Whatever industry you're interested in, you can do a blog every once in a while. You can go research something funny about the industry and, put a picture up there. You want to get a lot of attention right now, okay? One thing that will get you attention is a picture, because you would not believe how many odd people are out there looking for a job. You definitely want a picture so they can see what they got going for them, because if people can fake it on other social websites, they can fake it on LinkedIn. You definitely want something up there where they can see who it is they're talking about that's trying to get this job, okay? So that's what that box is for, and that's the importance of putting a picture up there. You want a professional picture. It needs to be from your collarbone up. If you have a collared shirt, that would be excellent. And a big happy smile is also a good thing. When I was telling you about those, the skills and endorsements and all of those pictures, they're not looking for the back office mushroom for most of these jobs. They want somebody with personality. So they want somebody who's got the most right there, okay? So if you've got a big smile on your face, that's going to attract people. Putting a little funny picture up there every once in a while, that's going to attract people. But it has to be work-related. You can put something up there, Happy Friday. Also, that's work-related, so that's good. Share a blog about something interesting that you learned at a company that helped you do your job better. That will attract attention. All right. Also, beneath that box, you will see something that says All Updates. If you scroll over that, it'll say Top Recent, All Updates, Shares, Connections, Profiles, Groups, Companies, Jobs, Your Updates, Hidden, and Customized. Well, let's say that you put a post up there and somebody hit the like button. It was somebody that you wanted to work for, but you couldn't remember who it was. It's a couple weeks later, and you wanted to go back and talk to that person, or you wanted to go look at their profile, to plant that little seed and get yourself back in their brain. So you can go down to just your updates and go back and look. So that's a good thing about looking at your own updates. You can look at just what's going on in the groups to find out if they're talking about any local openings. You can go just to the companies you're following to see if they're talking about openings. You can go just to the jobs and search jobs. We'll get back to the jobs one here in a little bit because that's a good one. All right. When you're scrolling down over on your sidebar, you can see who's viewed your profile, okay? And the more that number goes up, the better off you'll be, because the more people looking at you, the more chances you've got of getting a job, okay? And they've just added a new thing underneath of that, your rank of profile views. You want that number to go up. You want to be looked at while you're looking for a job. So whatever you have to do to get yourself, to make your number go up, go look at all kinds of people in your area that do the job you do, and you'll be gaining some experience. You'll be learning some things. They may have some things posted on their page that you don't have posted on your page that you know how to do, and that can grow your page. They may have jobs posted on there of places they work that you never thought about working. That could help you because those places might currently be hiring. So definitely want to keep an eye on that. Now, you know how I said that you could post those little pictures and you could post blogs? Well, right here's where we're going to look at that. Who's viewed your updates? Because it'll show you who all's looking at what you're saying, how many views you're getting, that kind of thing. And you can scroll through them. It'll show you how many updates you've put on there day to day. I think it goes like a week or 2 weeks back. So keep an eye on that. You can also, the next one down is your LinkedIn network. It'll tell you how many connections you got. Now, The next number below that, it says professionals in your network. That means you can see how many people know the people who know the people who are the people you are connected to. So that is how that works. That goes third connections out. All right? And it just grows on and on and on. Underneath of that, jobs you may be interested in. Okay? Now, these jobs that are here, like I said, are all triggered from those keywords that are on your resume and the keywords that are in your skills and endorsements on your LinkedIn page. So right at the bottom of that, you see the words See More. You can click into that, and that will take you to a jobs page. Okay? Now, when you're looking at that jobs page, you can just put your zip code in at the top, and it'll just give you things in your area. Now, you got to remember that if you are friends with people who are all over the place, New York, New Jersey, Georgia, wherever, it is going to show you jobs from New York, New Jersey, wherever, because it thinks that you may move to these places if that's where your friends are. So you have to narrow it down by a zip code. And you can do that. Just put your zip code in there, and it'll show you jobs. Well, if you're seeing jobs that are not what you're looking for, you can change the titles. And remember that your job may have several different titles. And you doing the research on other people's pages who do what you do are going to tell you what those titles might be. You know, just one little word change might make all the difference. You know, if you look up, if you're into logistics and you've got procurement, well, you might want to also look up purchasing and buyer, because those would also be something that would pertain to you. Okay? So there's a lot of different things that could be different titles that will pertain to the job that you want. Now, if we go back to the home page and we scroll down beneath that, you'll see groups you may be liking. Well, the groups that you may like are going to pertain to all of the keywords that you have posted as well. So it's going to show you ones that you may be interested in. When you're looking at these, try to make sure that they are in your area. Beneath that, companies you may want to follow. Again, make sure they're ones in your area. Beneath that, people you may know. It may give you people who are currently looking at your page. It may give you people who know the people that you know. And it's good to network with people who you have worked for in the past, worked with in the past. No matter how far you have to go back, networking is networking. All right. So let's say we're on our home page and we're in the top search box, and you put in whatever your title is that you want for a job. Okay? We'll just put in a little title here. And over on the side, you'll see a little black box that says search. Underneath the search, you'll go down and it'll say all, people, jobs, companies, groups, universities, articles, inbox. Well, we're going to search jobs. That's what we're looking for. Okay? And underneath of it, after you hit jobs, it's going to say keywords. That box right there is where you can put in the different titles. Or if you're just looking for jobs at a certain company, you can put in at the company. You can put the company's name in there. But make sure that down, when you go down the postal code, you put in the postal code that's the closest to you. And that way it'll narrow down your job search. Make sure you keep changing those titles, though, because that is going to make a difference on how many jobs come up. Pretty much that's the entire LinkedIn tutor. If you need more information, just shoot us an email. We'd be happy to help. Maybe we expand a little bit more. This updates and changes every day, so there's no reason why we can't learn a little bit more every time and share with you everything that we know.